Hey you, so this is a list of what 2,000 calories roughly looks like, and at the bottom you'll see the macros in the little gray box. So let me go over that real quick. So that's 2,000 calories, so I'm going to have you aim at about 6 protein servings, but I've broken it down into higher and lower fat. So 6 protein dense servings of your choice, but I want 4 of them to be lean and 2 can be higher fat. So chicken versus steak, for example. 4 carb servings, and that includes fruit and starchy carbs. So 1 higher fat and 3 leaner /0 fat carbs. And then 3 actual fat dense servings like oil, peanut butter, avocado, etc. And then up top you have your food lists that I've sent you before, but they are broken down into carbs, fats, and proteins, and the carbs and proteins have higher and lower fat examples. So then you can apply that to your meal plan. So this is an example where the pink dots are below of about 2,000 calories with those macros at the bottom left. And I like to choose things that you don't really have to prep and make. You can just like grab it and eat it and place things together, like a cheese stick and yogurt. So for example, your breakfast would be 2 eggs, 1 banana, that's a protein and a carb, a low fat carb. A yogurt and a cheese stick, that's a protein and a fat dense serving. Apple and peanut butter, so obviously that's a 0 fat carb and a fat dense serving. And I snuck in a higher fat carb with a bag of chips and pork. Pork tenderloins are super lean but high protein, so you can double up on the servings easily and get in a big chunk of protein. So that's 2 proteins and a high fat carb. The rice, you can actually do a full cup. You can use butter, a tablespoon of butter, and steak. And that's about 1 serving of steak, maybe a little bit more, like 1.5 servings. So you fit in a higher fat protein. And then lastly, for a snack after dinner, I did the Simple Truth protein bars. Those are so good. Let me send you a picture of them. I eat them all of the time, usually once a day or every other day, because they taste like a candy bar. The macros are good. They taste really good, and they're high protein, and they have some fats in them and moderate sugar. There's nothing overloaded with sugar in there. So they're super good, and it kind of like takes away that sweet tooth. So your macros of all of that with the servings, the portion sizes are at the bottom left. So you're still around 150 grams of carbs, which is good. Your fats could be a little bit lower, but actually that's pretty good. 83 grams of fats is totally fine. I just wouldn't go over that anymore. So if you wanted, you could reduce like the peanut butter serving a little bit if you wanted to, but 83 is good. Just make sure your portion sizes are accurate when you use things like butter, peanut butter, oils, higher fat proteins, because it's easy to go over your fats with fat dense proteins and carbs and actual fat dense foods like oils and butter. And your protein was super high with this. But at the beginning of the week, I would try prepping 1 protein meat option, whether it's like a pork tenderloin and you can cut it up. And I will literally eat like a slab of pork tenderloin just because I know it's a huge chunk of protein, and pair it up with like something random like banana chips or an apple or whatever it is. But yeah, I hope that helps. I'm going to start making more examples of that calorie bracket. So normally you hit around 2,500 calories, and which is keeping you at about maintenance. So I want to do like 2 days a week at 2,000 calories, just so your body is getting more of that deficit to lean out a bit. So I think 2 days a week doing this will be awesome. And having more of a set like meal plan with it helps, because then you're like, okay, I'm gonna eat this. And it might get boring, but that's food. A lot of the food that we eat is repetitive and the same. We can just do different things with it in different ways. But yeah, I hope that helps. Let me know if you have any questions.